The commentator used the word, the metaphorical black cloud. You don't exactly have to be in London to know exactly what that feels like for West Ham, because it's been a dreadful few months. Yeah. They've gone through loads of ups and downs. There were parts of the season, there were moments where it almost felt like it was never going to get better. But to then see the emotions at the stadium today, to look at the way Nuno celebrated in the aftermath of that victory, you can almost feel how much this means to them.
Oh, it's a huge result. Leading up to the game, I felt that Newcastle would probably win the game. I really did. So West Ham have got a great result. They're still in big trouble. They're still in the bottom three. They're 3 points behind the team immediately above them, which is Burnley. So they've got an awful lot of work to do. But this gives them at least a start, a building block to go on from. And yeah, you're right, the relief, the fans, you know, made a change, didn't it, to hear the West Ham fans singing at the end of the game as opposed to booing and jeering.
I mean, the London Stadium, David, hasn't exactly been the happiest of grounds for West Ham ever since they moved there for multiple reasons. I mean, form, atmosphere, just the way the stadium is constructed. But Nuno, what do you reckon he brings to this team in terms of stability, in terms of what he can do to make sure that they avoid the dreaded relegation?
Well, I think he's gone back to what he knows best, which is the way he used to play at Notts Forest. And, you know, that was to dig in, to play on the counter-attack, because, I mean, you just have to look at the possession stats there. It was 38%, yet they had 9 shots at goal on target. So, you know, it sounds like they've had a right good go at Newcastle today, and it's been very effective. So you have to give Nuno a lot of credit for going in there, turning around a ship that was rudderless and not going anywhere, really. Yeah. And I think he's come in, he's turned it round, he's galvanised the lads, and, you know, it looked like they were all happy and smiley, and, you know, fair play to them, because they need a little bit of success down there, the fans. Rightly what you say, you know, it's not been the happiest stomping grounds, has it, the new stadium? We were only talking about that today. I'm not sure why West Ham actually left that stadium. I understand they need a bigger ground, but when you've got so much history in a stadium like that, you know, Bobby Moore, Trevor Booking, the games that have gone down there, and you just think to yourself, why have you
finances? That's why finances, because they now get 60,000 people in there as opposed to, I don't know, what was it, about 35,000. You know, it's a huge difference. And you know, West Ham did one of the deals of the century as far as taking the lease on and how little it cost them to be in such a huge stadium. But having said that, they haven't been able to make it their home, and that makes a big difference. Yeah,
very quickly figuring out that football is also about the intangibles. It's also about the environment, the spirit, and a lot of the other things that you can't exactly quantify or measure.
That's the trade-off they've made, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a tough one, really. I'm going to throw a cheeky question here. Early days, do they survive, West Ham, under Nuno this year?
Yes, they've got the capability of doing that.
They're not out of the zone yet.
Absolutely not. No, as I said a minute ago, they've got a huge amount of work to do. You know, they're still in the drop zone, 3 points from safety, the nearest team above them. You know, for the first season in, 3 seasons now, we've got promoted sides that have come up that look genuine contenders to stay up. Whereas the last couple of seasons, the 3 that have come up have gone straight back down. So that's meant that struggling but established Premier League sides felt they were almost safe from day one. Yeah, I think West Ham can, but as quickly as this positive result has lifted everybody, the next game just round the corner can give them the reverse effect. Yeah,
there needs to be a follow-through.
I think they can get out of it, but obviously away form is going to be key for them this season, and that's something that Nuno likes. He enjoys, you know, setting his team out, you know, digging in, getting a solid structure, and hitting teams on the counter-attack. That will play in play into the hands of West Ham this season. So I think they'll be okay. There's a couple of teams above them there that look really shaky, so I think they'll be all right this season.